Hello and welcome. My name is Robin and you're watching Robin Reads. Today I'm going to talk about my TBR for the Buzzwordathon that is going to happen in 2021. If you didn't see my 2021 reading plans, go check it out. And yeah, basically I'm going to talk about the books I'm going to read for the Buzzwordathon, which is a readathon hosted by Books and Lala. And she is doing it a little bit different. Basically, every first week of the month there will be the Buzzwordathon, and there are prompts for that. And yeah, just read books for those prompts. So, of course, 12 prompts because 12 months. And I'm just going to go over the books, and this might change, we shall see, but yeah, it was already pretty hard to get all these books, so probably this will be the list that I'm going to read. So in the month of January, the prompt is the word dream, and I'm going to be reading Strange Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This is actually going to be the body read that we're going to do. Basically every month there is going to be a body read, so that's going to be fun. So this TBR is the books that I'm going to read. Strange Dreamer I own, so therefore I put it on my TBR list, and all the other books as well, or from the library. And yeah, I might also read the body reads, but we shall see. And yeah, I'm very excited about Strange Dreamer. I'm not sure what it's about. I believe it's about this guy called Strange. And basically he's looking for this city, and there are people coming to his town that are going to that city, and he's going with them. Something like that. And I think it's a little bit the same as the Raven Cycle, so therefore I'm very excited about it because I'm really liking the Raven Cycle. Then the month of February, this time it's not a word, it's more of a theme, and the theme is a book with a color in the title. And I chose the book The Red Glacier by Julia Gray. So as you can see behind me, I'm currently reading The Jasper Forest by Julia Gray, which is the second book in the Guardian Cycle series, and The Red Glacier is, I believe, the fourth book. So therefore I put it on this TBR to get me reading this series, because I have had it for a year and I just want to continue with the series and finish it as soon as possible. So this series is about this guy called Terrell, and Terrell is living in this world where basically the islands that he lives on are moving around the world. And Terrell grows up in this place called Haven Moon, and this is basically a madhouse, and he is there because his eyes are weird. They basically look like the night sky, and he also has the deformed arm and deformed leg, so therefore he is staying there. And he basically is escaping that place because of circumstances, and he is going on the run, and he basically is figuring out what's going on with him, because he doesn't really know anything about his parents and stuff like that, and also what's going on with the moons, because there are moons, various moons in this world, and one of the moons, the dark moon, is acting very strangely. So yeah, basically that's what the story is about, and I think it's a very nice fantasy series if you're looking for one. And yeah, the next one for March is the word time, and this one I didn't really have a book for, so I decided to just read one of the books from this series, The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan, because I'm reading that series and maybe I can read one book in that week, but we shall see. Moving on, the fourth month is April, of course, and this prompt is a book with space-related words in the title, and therefore I chose a book called Moon and Sun. It's by Stefan Brijs. This is a famous Belgian author, and I really liked one of his books, so I really want to read this one. And I actually own it, so that's also convenient. I don't really know what it's about, but we shall see. Then in May, the words are house or home, and I chose for the book Homegoing by Ya Jiasi. I believe. And this book, I'm also not sure what it's about, but yeah, a lot of people are really loving this book, so I want to read it as well. And yeah, when I read the synopsis, I thought it was interesting, so therefore I put it on my TBR from my library. Then the next one is a book with a name or title in the title. So name can be like whatever, but title, she means like a queen or a king, or in my case I decided to read Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. So Mr. could be a title and Mercedes a name, so that's both very convenient. And this one I believe is more of a thriller series that Stephen King wrote, and I believe it's like a detective story, but again, don't really know a lot about it, but I own it, so therefore I put it on the list. Then the next one is a book with Lost in the title, and I chose The Lost True Poets of the Sea by Julia Drake. I'm going to read it in Dutch, which doesn't have that word in the title, but I think it counts because the original has Lost in the title. And I think this book is about this girl. Yeah, I actually also don't know. But it's a YA, I believe, fantasy book. Again, I put it on my list, so I probably wanted to read it at some time. Next one is a book with a time of day in the title. So for example, like midday or morning, stuff like that. And I chose 7 Minutes After Midnight by Patrick Ness. This is actually A Monster Calls, but then the Dutch version. So again, it counts. And this book is about this boy, and one night he wakes up because he had like a nightmare, and he sees this monster in his garden, and he's very scared. And yeah, I think it's a very sad story, I believe, and yeah, I think it's one that is very popular, and yeah, it just sounds really good. Next one is a book with dark in the title, and I chose The Darkness That Divides Us by Renate Dorrestein. The Dutch one again. Again, don't know what this book is about, but Renate Dorrestein is a very famous author in the Netherlands, and I really like her writing style. So therefore I chose this book. I actually owned it previously, but unhauled it because it wasn't a very nice copy, and my library has it, so therefore I put it on the list. Next one is a book with elements in the title, and Kayla sort of said, like, bend the rules a little bit. So for example, earth, you can count mountain. So what I chose was Close Range, Brokeback Mountain and Other Stories by Annie Proulx, I believe. And I recently hauled this in my book haul, so check that out if you want to know more about it. But basically Brokeback Mountain is one of my favorite movies, and yeah, I really wanted to read it, and I'm not sure what the other stories are, but we shall see. Then next one is a book with Lost in the title, and this one I really couldn't find anything, so therefore I just chose a book that yeah, it's going to be a bit late for me reading that one, because it's the second book in the series and I'm actually currently reading the first book in that series. But that book is called Lost by Michael Robotham. This is the second book in the Joseph O'Loughlin series. I'm currently reading, as I said, The Suspect, so it's going to be a while before I get to Lost, but maybe the group book will be nice, so I can just read that one. But this series is about this guy named Joseph O'Loughlin, and he is a psychiatrist. And in the first book, I'm not very far into it, but I believe he finds this woman who died or something, and something suspicious is happening, and he gets on the case to figure things out, because a detective asks him to, and that's how he gets involved. And yeah, this is the second book in the series, and yeah, detective story, so always pretty nice. And then the last prompt for December is a book with day, month or season in the title, and this one I bent the rules a little bit, sort of, but yeah, I think it counts. It's basically a date. It's 2011, 1963. I believe it's a different order in the American version, because this is the order I am going to read it in, because it's the Dutch version, and this one is again by Stephen King. And this is about the assassination of John Kennedy, and like an alternative history story. So really don't know what to expect from that, but as you know, I have been reading a lot more Stephen King, and I'm really enjoying that. So therefore I'm going to read that. And my library has it, so therefore I'm going to read that. And yeah, this list might change, because again, as I said, the buddy reads may be books I'm more in the mood for, and maybe other books will come up, but I doubt that, because these are all books that or I own or I have on my library to be read, which is a list from with books that I'm very excited about. So, but yeah, we shall see how it goes, and let me know down below if you are going to participate in the Buzzwordathon. Maybe you have also made a TBR, so let me know down below. And yeah, I really hope you liked this video, so please give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe, and I will see you later.